6 hours later.
Well, I made it a couple rounds and then the plow wouldn't lift. Google tells me that there is a spring inside this clutch that likes to break. So I guess we will take it apart and find out. Okay, so what happened was there's a little peg welded in here and it broke loose. I thought it was riveted, but it was just welded. It broke. The spring looks all right. There's a little flat spot there, but I think we're going to leave it. I don't know. I don't think it's, if it breaks, it breaks, but it's over probably 7/8 there yet, so that was the problem, that there. I took it down and welded it. This all came apart real nice. It's all greased real good in here and everything, so I should have did a step-by-step to how to take this apart, but I didn't know myself, so. There's other videos on how these work, but basically you pull this lever and it'll spin this thing a half a turn until it gets to this notch again. And when you pull it again, it pops out of this notch and falls down. And it makes this arm move up and down, I guess. I haven't quite got my head wrapped around it, but we'll throw it back together. The old drill did pretty good. We had a few little hiccups, but I don't know, that's 3.5 acres. We got that clutch rebuilt in the plow. Quit on me one time. So the coil on, they had a 6 volt with a resistor, and when it quit, the coil was real hot. And one round later did the same thing, so I changed the condenser and it's been running ever since. So the problem the whole time here. We got a 12-volt coil in there now. And we always put that alternator on, but it's nice, it's starting. Temperature was running right up there. Well, I think we're gonna go get the 730 in just this now. Show you a little bit of dang it, I was gonna film that. This thing's been sitting here since we did, I guess about the middle of the end of May. It's the 14th of September today, so fired right up. Like it started off last night. There, and it didn't record any sound. Hopefully it is now, but this is the reason we plowed this strip up last week, was to plant these tillage radishes. See, they're coming up here. A few weeks they'll be 4 to 6 inches long, I guess, and hopefully they'll help break up the soil here in this strip. It's pretty hard clay in places, so thought I'd give you guys a little follow-up. Figured I should talk a little bit about this plow. My uncle picked it up from a farm sale in the mid-90s. A guy had this 8-foot double disc with no wheels, and a John Deere 50 that he pulled them with. Disc was a John Deere 2. This is a John Deere 44 plow. As far as there's a number. I thought you could read 44 on there, but anyway, I'm not too familiar, but there was a 44 and a 55, probably a 66. This is the manual lift, like I showed there. It had a part, and seems to be working good. I had some tire trouble. These rims were pretty rusty, and I put a extra smaller inner tube. I cut a strip out of it and said, oh, dang it, that tire's flat again. Well, anyway, those rims are hard on tubes, so I had to figure something out. But this is 2/14s, the way you measure it. Any plow, I guess, the easiest way is to measure from this beam to this beam, the same place, and that's the width that the bottom takes. And 12, 14, 16, whatever. But this is in pretty good shape. It's had the moldboard, somebody welded that patch on. See it? This is the shin here, and this is the moldboard. This is, we call it the lay down here, or the share. And then the land side's on this side. These points, Grandpa used to call them blacksmith points. They would take them off and heat them up in a forge and draw them out again. So they kept that point, so they'd suck into the ground. Sometimes where I was plowing up there, it was dry and hard, and the plow didn't want to go in. I know there's a lot of wheel options for these. We got another 44 that was bought new and brought to this farm with the 44A. I'll show at some point. And that's steel all the way around. This one's got steel, or rubber on the front tires, and this steel furrow wheel. I don't know if you get Dave Wolf's book, he's got a lot of information about this stuff. We got it, but I haven't read it in a while, so. This worked pretty good. It was a pretty good match for that B, but in the steep hills, it was working her pretty good. I was in second gear some of the time, most of the time in the hills, but I put this bigger tire on here thinking that it would hold up better, but it plowed okay that way, but when you lift it out of the ground, it's leaning too much. I gotta regroup and figure out something better for that. That's just a tire I had around, but anyway, we plowed that 3-4 acres with it, and it worked pretty good, and I don't think it had plowed a furrow for 40 years probably before that, but I guess that's all I got to say about it. I should have moved the wheel on the tractor. Instead, I slid the drawbar over. It takes a little more power. I didn't do any adjusting to the hitch or any of that other than the drawbar. So, but like I said, it seemed to work pretty good. And these old low-speed moldboards, these are a lot longer and got more of a twist to them than the more modern moldboard plows, and they seem to really do a nice job on sod. If it's level, they can lay it over, and you can, you know, sometimes almost plant right on it. They really do a nice job when it's good conditions. It says those ribbed coulters are not ribbed, but I don't know what the term is, but they aren't round and smooth. But not sure what else to say about it other than they probably put out about 1 million of these things, and they work pretty good. So thanks for watching. I'd appreciate you guys if you'd subscribe. I know a lot of you watching aren't, and I'd appreciate it if you would, and like and share too. So we'll talk again soon. Thanks for stopping in.